Moody's expects growth for Sub-Saharan Africa to remain subdued. The IMF has forecast growth at 2.6% for 2017, up from 1.4% last year.
The region is facing a myriad of challenges: erratic commodity prices, political instability and policy uncertainty. Geopolitical concerns are adding to this. Moody's is cautiously optimistic about growth, as it can be eroded quite quickly.
If you look at the West, you look at Angola, you look at Nigeria, oil-producing states particularly, that's negative given the view of the outlook of the oil price. With the most recent downgrade, which was Namibia into junk status, there is no country on the whole continent that is anything else but junk now.
Protectionism and waning Chinese appetite for raw materials remain concerns for Sub-Saharan Africa, but some countries are still reporting solid growth.
The central to eastern side, Rwanda, Kenya, countries like that, I think there's a far greater degree of positivity attached to them. So Kenya, for example, still growing 4.5%, 5%, which in this kind of economic background, global economic background, is actually very, very good indeed.
Nigeria and South Africa have just come out of recessions, but both remain a drag on the continent. Moody's is particularly concerned about political tensions in South Africa.
The political risk is playing itself through the other factors that we are looking at. And in the context of South Africa, what we see to some extent, political tension, you may even say uncertainty, and is creating policy uncertainty. It's also stalling important structural reforms, and that has impact on growth.
Moody's also flagged the rising poverty level in the country.
This is much higher than in most other emerging market countries. So the radical economic transformation reflects that, and naturally so. So given that you have 25% of population living in poverty, the key focus is on redistribution, social grants, which are closely linked to the poverty. We saw it in the different states, and less focus on reforms that may be challenging in the near term, but bring payoffs over the medium term.
The ratings agency is pleased that regional trade is gaining momentum. South African exports to Sub-Saharan Africa now exceeds those to the United States and the European Union combined. Sumitra Nydoo, CGTN, Johannesburg, South Africa.